you are new here, welcome! My name is Naylor and I am a guitar instructor and content creator based in the south of France, and my mission here is to help you grow as a guitarist by digging a little deeper and bringing some extra insight into the songs you love to learn. For God only knows, we're going to be expanding your chord vocabulary with some beautiful progressions incorporating diminished sevenths, half diminished sevenths, and some less common chord inversions. So this is my arrangement of the song, and I've really tried to emulate the sound of the original in both the chord voicings and the picking pattern, with the piano and the bass in the picking hand. Guitar Pro and PDF tabs of my arrangement will be available to all members of my Patreon group. You can find out more and help support the channel with the link in the cards or in the video description. So let's get stuck in. Things to know before we start: we're in standard tuning, there's no capo, we're in 4/4, the tempo is 115 BPM, and we have a swing feel for the most part, with the exception of the break, which we will get to later on. So a swing feel here, especially in the thumb bass part. To get us sounding close to the original version, the picking part is going to find the 3-note chords with the 3 fingers, index, middle and ring finger, and then the thumb will be on the bass line. So the piano part is in the fingers and then the bass is the thumb. These fingers will either be on string set 1, which I call strings 1, 2 and 3, or string set 2, which is strings 2, 3 and 4. Let's start there. I've got an A chord in the finger, just a barring across strings 4, 3 and 2 with the index finger 1, and we're just going to pluck quarter notes, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's what the fingers are going to do practically throughout the entire song. But what you want to do is keep them nice and short and staccato, and how we're going to do that is with a pluck, and then you bring the fingers back down onto the strings to mute them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to look to do that to match the sound of the piano. In contrast, the bass part has a slight syncopation. It's going to play in between the fingers, or at least it will do after beat number 2. We start together when both of them are going at the same time, so it's thumb and fingers, 1, 2, and then you're going to pluck the thumb on the and after beat number 2. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now that is with the swing feel, so it's not 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. There's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. The introduction, then at 0 seconds we open with that A over E, just plucking string set 2 for a measure, and then we go to an E chord on the same string set, so use fingers 1 and 2 there, back and forth. So you do that twice, and then we bring in the thumb. So the entrance of the bass is going to be on measure number 4, where we pick the E string on the and of beat 3 and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and that goes then to the A chord with the A bass note in measure 5. The chord progression then has a descending bass part going A, G sharp, F sharp, E, a measure on each. So what we're going to do is we do A, then the second chord is the E chord, but then we have it with the G sharp bass. Now this is how I've chosen to play in the introduction. We're going to see this played in 3 different ways, like this, or like this, or like that. Okay, so this one here, I consider this coming from the D shape of the caged approach. With the 3rd on string 1, we drop it down to string 6. So just look out for the thumb is now on string 6. There's A, E over G sharp, and then we're back to the A grip again, but with an F sharp bass, so that gives A over F sharp, also known as an F sharp minus 7. So you can play it with the thumb, you could use just finger 1, plucking the right strings, or you can use fingers 2 and 3. Whatever works best. I tend to go with the finger 1 and the thumb. And then because we end with the A over E, and then we do that walk up, okay? So A over E, and then we go up to what would be a B chord, but a B chord in the A shape, I would say, but this root note, we play the 5th instead. So finger 1 is on string 6 for a B over F sharp, and then we have a C over G. The rhythm there is 1, 2, a 3 and 1, a 3 and 1, a 3 and, so it's A, B, C. One, two, three, four. The verse then at 16 seconds, we begin with a D chord, but it's a D with an A bass. So again, the 5th is in the bass. Brian Wilson uses a lot of these chord voicings in this song. So it's like we've walked this chord shape up to the D, but with the A. So once again, it's the A shape of the chord, but the 5th is the bass. Now, because it's an A, you can use the open A string, and that's what I do. I use the A string here. That's the first chord, so it's D over A. And then we're going to go to a B minus 6. So B minor is here, B minus 7 would be here, and then B minus 6. Then we go to the F sharp minor, A minor shape in the 9th fret of string 5 for 2 beats, and then F sharp minor 7. So we lift off the pinky finger to reveal the bar note on string 3, F sharp minor 7, so then we have this great chord. So this is B over A. So you think of this as a B triad found within the E shape on string set 2, but with the A bass note. It's kind of an inversion of a B7 with the flat 7, the A as the bass note. Then we have, once again, we have an E, but with the 5th in the bass. So E over B. Then we find our first diminished 7th, played in that way, is C diminished 7th. Going back to E over B, and then we have a slight variation. Then we have, I'm going to call this the A sharp minor 7 flat 5. Or a sharp half diminished 7th. And then we have the nobody knows what I'd be without you. So it's that descending bass part again. What we're going to do, how we're going to voice those, we're going to go A, and then we're going to have, I'm going to use this bar finger in fret number 4. That's pressing into strings 6, 3 and 1, and then I'm going to use finger 2 for that D shape there, string set 1, for the E over G sharp, and then I'm going to use string set 1 here, so this is second fret open here, and it finishes with that bass walk up again, but this time I just do the bass notes, so E, E, F sharp, G, using those octaves there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse 2 at 41, it's very similar, but we're going to use a slight variation on these first two chords. Instead of the A over D right here, what we're going to do is take the lowest note there on that triad, raise it the octave for a root position D triad with the A bass note. So we come out the walk up, the string set 1 with the fingers, okay? So once again, it's D over A, and then we're going to go up to this shape. So this again is the B minor 7 kind of grip, but here's the 5th, so this is the major 6th, so that gives us still a B minor 7, there's no 5th in that grip. And then same as before, F sharp minor 7th, B over A, E over B, C diminished 7th, E over B, A sharp minor 7 flat 5, and this time we're going to adopt a slightly different approach on the descent. We're going to do the E over G sharp like this. Works nicely. And then it will be the break. Break. The break at 104, then we go from the swing feel to a very straightforward 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Basically, it's A over E, F sharp minor 7, A over E to G. Okay, but what I'm going to do is pluck 2 strings, get that bar, bum, keeping this bar finger in here across string set 2, and I'm adding in the E bass note. So see that? These fingers move. As you go back to strings 3 and 4, you're going to add in the F sharp note. And that comes off for the 4th one, so it's E, E, F sharp, E, G, and then we have the G, and we use finger 2 on the G note, the 3rd fret, and then we pluck strings 1 and 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 1. So syncopated in that first measure, and then we have this descending line on the top, whilst the bass is ascending. To make that work on the guitar, what I've got is C and A, so it's going to be A3, G2 fret numbers, and then you go open D and G, so it's da, da. Then I have the open E string, and then the F on string 4, the 3rd, so then I do the G at the 3rd fret, the E on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then those 2 open strings 5 and 4. It's done twice. Going into the break then, So after that demanding break section, you're welcome, we then have to jump up into a key change. So we begin with what is a G triad in the 7th fret, like the D shape, but up into the 7th, but with a D bass. So this is G over D. Everything is going to be shifted up a 4th here. We have modulated, we've changed key for this part. But the progression kind of remains the same, so the relationship between each chord is the same as before, but everything is up a 4th. Okay, so we come from the break to jump straight up into there to get that sound like the original. So we start there, picking is all the same as before. Then we go to what would be an E minor. We want an E minor 6. So we're going to take the 5th there, raise it up for this grip. So E minor 6, no 5th, root, flat 3, 5, 6. So it was G over D, E minor 6. Then we're going to need a B minor. So we're going to go B minor triad on the top there with the 5th in the bass. So I'm going to do this, B minor over F sharp, but on beat 3, we're going to add in that flat 7, which is in the 10th fret of string 2. So altogether, G over D, E minor 6, B minor over F sharp, B minor 7 over F sharp, and then we end that part with again that great chord. This is going to be an E triad in the 9th fret string set 2 with the D in fret 10 on string 6, so E over D. Then we want an A chord with the 5th in the bass. We're going to source it from the E shape here in the 5th fret. Use that top triad there, but with the 5th. So I'm going to use finger 3 on the 5th, so A over E. And then we want, like before, a diminished 7th on the note a half step higher. So this will be an F diminished, if you know your diminished 7th shapes. We can do that, but what we're going to do is take that note on string 4 up an octave with the 4/1 octave shape to give a voicing matches the original recording like that. So it's A over E, F sharp diminished 7th, back to the A over E, and then that shape, which we can call a D sharp minor 7 flat 5. So it's like a minor triad here, like an F sharp minor triad with a D sharp bass, D sharp minor 7 flat 5. That's descending to that D note. And we have a D chord this time, so nobody knows. Then we want an A over C sharp. I'm going to play it this way. So that A triad in the 5th fret, I need to use fingers 2 and 3, like that. So that kind of crazy bend with the finger 2 gives us the voicing we need. And then we go down to a B minor, straight B minor. I tend to just put the full grip in so I know I've got it, but we're only picking string set 1 there. And then we're back into the verse. It kind of comes earlier than you expect. It's a very clever move, but let's just put that section all together with the beat. Alright, so verse 3 at 134, then it is the same as verse 2, in fact. So I'm going to adopt the D root position triad with the A bass. And then 6. No, I used the pinky finger. I did say finger 3 before, but I meant to say pinky. F sharp minor, F sharp minor 7, B over A. Again, E over B, C diminished 7th, E over B, A sharp minor 7, flat 5, A. And I'm going to use these shapes again. But this time, you're going to come back up. So as this God only knows part comes in again on this verse 3, we do a little back and forth, and this continues through to the ending, but you can just approach it a couple of different ways. So the end of this verse, first of all, so we've gone and you go back to the E, and then at 158, as you repeat this, what I recommend you do is just play the chords as once with the fingers while you continue with the bass part. So and you do that again. And then to run it out, done it again, haven't I? You can just play again the quarter notes. And it just repeats the fade. If you wanted to end it, you could end it with home bass, the E major chord. So there you go, that is a song. I really hope you enjoyed that one. I know I certainly did enjoy transcribing it. As I mentioned at the top, the tabs are available to all members of my Patreon group. You can help support the channel and get exclusive bonuses each month for as little as $3. You can find out more again via the link in the cards or the video description. Be sure to check out my online store where you can get your free copy of Fretboard Mastery, my guide to learning the notes of the fretboard in just a few days. And there you will also find all my ebooks and video courses. And if you're interested in finding out more about the cage system and my method of visualizing the fretboard, be sure to check out my latest release, Guitar Blueprint. Otherwise, you can help the channel with a thumbs up if you did enjoy the lesson, and be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon to not miss any future lessons. Thank you very much, you practice well, and I'll see you next time.